is vital. Help Mr. Capsules again and American for Diama 0240 616061. Utobia for doctors see one ebecho kwa befa so abenum no yo ABA na doctor nie doctor ABA Herbal Hospital no na doctor esa wani glaucoma na se te ana atem atu wani so ana so bia wono so aye mrempem obia me ka say menstrual pains obia stroke adena to for manase ne obia wono so kuta pomani nyina mu no eye ni yade ana ha na wode wani be kire sofo rasta na so ye wo kuma se kwara so gina se main market na chi ana ye bo adwuma mu a mo domain kro ye ben Ebenezer preschool wa 0541565199 afi wodim enkomo Lawson Beverages Limited Dr. Lawson ye Lawson Delayman Bitters enye Bema wo say wo beso Delampem obaya jejewa wo so atua na aduba bia sa wote wona wantimi anto wabra waboka guntu nya adwuma na miamu mienso wo Bema bo adwuma mienso ye wo bo adwuma Bema de manya nuama tro kan o masa Judy Wampem, also all Berman, Tenenamu, and near Delayman Bitters. I don't ever bow. Delayman capsules, no so a may, man, multi pace. When you are quite futura, I'll tea, I'll be when you are denos over bois. I serve at Diamond 0248 619 999. Wabon komo anupi obata
naturally company limited seven conference Ghana finance omni plus love capsules na answer to me ediaba na Ojoson 10 time anajo Ojoson so na obema SSO Ojoson na emwache bi na wadro ene onu bia eno nso betima ko enwachi wadi Congo ointment na answer to ba obi won ma odware wi na odwine ho sa betiti no koko ena teto no nam so eda yam timo answer to ba Congo ointment no eno ebetua said dem truma no we obi na we answer to pemprema calculation atetewa eno so betua se deku adama na no paisa utia wo be call nurse license any chemical so bia eno so etin bi no akwaje dro enso etima no na bia e kama 0249 017101 natural for enso etima di nkoma pasco herbal capsules na de ebrebomu yonko na da bia me kato sam opasa ulivano ne protector nampo anonso enya how enya manye bia se ne be a dada set abe function wo nampo ne mas atwa kwa dia mawa pasco herbal capsules ana abebo na bibia so atwa kama dia mawa anot abebo ayi efi bia so dia fi mo janmo esa koditi infections outdoor anonso etma teto etmino ano pa mebo rom enso to pharmacy any abaso do makwa dia pasco herbal capsules ni be na meso bo na bibia atwa kama 0457 453579 na padi first to makasa asupiti no aye baako aye power specialist about asupiti e ana abako na bibia so eto kama enso to me dem e bona hepatitis B C and opposite A and fatty liver, prostate enlargement, and opposite nay, ulcer, fibro, kidney stones, and who call me about doctor, Kosia Dia, or the specialist about hospital and what I'm also to brown or Joe, and so to Yadenas Adamo, a Dia about Malamis, and Erujaso, Naso to malaria, cough care about mixer, if you're Dia Kate, and I want a 2 said Jamo, so Dia about Tonekano, wouldn't too many the distro at the Dicama, I'm a Bias at Wakama, a dear baby at Biakwa when so ebeto kabinamom hospital no udu enkra jo kobenya ACP road post specialist hospital bus stop awanya wa yebo adwuma anampokuma se feyase bosom twekwa na so adia Johnson orekodo awtakrada naji estate ba Antamanu bank so 244544422 nana mpedifo kasa charistic company limited romo and the India ba mixer adia beja so eba malaria fever and typhoid diabetes a two said them all zoro man capsules oya bema so be say obema na sinitras obema na wu me say water what dia na so be na zoro man air capsules so be trust here and sweat me ejama afa zoro me say G capsules no me say water so na say bia watinka sematiko and post ebia osa and air teto and what you born bema enkomo no so enkwansan bi aba be gugu so a me say water una zoro me say G capsules and sweat you said them all me say water do be ya no say obekwa ba pharmacy and amposa license chemical shop Ghana babia no kwa jode 0246348334 na so no makas Alaska ntise say boys them also at my phenomenal part of the tennis about wallpapers, blank curtains, 3D and 5D natural designs now. Walk on Georgia, a Fabana, a brightness of decorative watches and flowers, PVC floaters and artificial grass in Alaska, a cocoa from Edia, but an pay so not be ever doom. Yana Prudential Plaza and Edition, Mrs. Anacha Plaza, first floor, and watch and cross circle tiptoe on ma, on your wire Brojima 0300 281080. Nanam answer to a Ruta, Mr. El Jasso, Maruta natural product, I'm gonna day abba. So be a malaria and a 3 day a day. I was so I'm an so I'm a attack I was so when I miss a Ruta Mr. a bit was here at Jamal. I feel when I'm here afraid my denso Ruta Mr. Huna and I'll press a call with your man Johnny. I did out and then the Omako, no butcher correct Maswama Ghana and Afiwaho, no be I come a Ruta live and I'm answer to a Jasso, a modern encyclopedia, Mr. the bit Massaclotia, and the Koya Babano, Mrs. Tavisha Jabane, Ruta Tonic, Miss Rawada, I am not from Essam Fair, a bonus and a time for fever pa. Now, Junior Unumbia Abaco, a gay answer your property, famous airlines, chemical shops, or Ghana, Nintendo Trust 0244 485632, and then Penifon Sweat Macassa, high sense the same. Everyday prices for everyday people. Don't come here, don't come here. Now don't come here, make an answer me. Where a super fridge promo. And I'm gonna answer first what to the bar. Yes, I said 28th of March. You be 8th of April. It mean I met to the cases here. No more cock ness a fridge and a pair. As to answer a catcher sansa. What to suit what to the beer make or fridge make or freezer. Uber wants to be the boom. No cock is caracock. Just so much so. It says canon kausha and muso ubenya and some put on cock regional Mr. Oko Sensa, woman to take so Oko Crata, Western Sissa, and your benefit about chest freezers, a bonus side, and bonus 688 liter side by side fridge now. We'll sell Kabe 45 liter air fridge on sell Kabe, Samsung and a display fridge now. We'll purchase freezers. Oka, we'll sell everyday prices for everyday people. Woman to say, she, your showrooms are Ghana, but the Oka Sanso 8 Maka, promotion also good for Alco Sweepy, 3P garlic mixture. And I'm answering to El Jasso, walk on Capo, Siano Bobo, and a Piwak, Omo and a Diaba, the plug for a Joe and Mako for Drain. And so at Mediaba, Nampoto Sabia, I had Dessa, Onano, and Amposonsa, and yet Titi, Messawa, the Obiswanama, Nenano, or Trasita, was such an Anasunia police, the Caposodiankov Agusa, a bonus stroke on the Jayade, that me Patojos out here, Elmo, as Montetera, and Terror, and Feroso Jano, the Tanas Ebia, and menstrual pains, and Amposa menstrual disorders, and some vitamins and minerals, and also Etimones and a 3P Gallic Mr. Munte, a bit at media more. We saw the beer turn to the Oka. We saw a 3P garlic mixture 0248 928824. None of us to make us a Dimafo Herbal Center. I want you to be Oka. Dr. Eddie Bra Abatoso and Sampo and the attention what matter. A bon scan out will be our Pasoya. Who do me Dimafo Herbal Center, Dr. Aben Kama, and I'm answering to me at Jamal. A bon lab test, I will drop Pasoya now. When you come Jamal, I feel fibroid, diabetes, prostate enlargement. No spell count Alabama, Nes Ontumengoba, or Bonso Ontumengo and Neba, Nina Udwani Chemenso to Abuaka, the Tanasa Agogo School Jansona, Dr. Ewa the time El Toso, and what you got on Poko Samara, 0244 774282. Now, Dr. at the time was Atoso, Tabia Takumi, the Obian Rajima Aya, Yabako Isto, yes, I'm Manuda, and the Obabi Ramane. Now, the Tanasa Yoba, now on today. Unted cra bema nu sha do tse du forte pensi nkwana bema nu sha wote but ibra ayame ya to wase na dia de keka sansa minyina ne se unya takum ni bi tafre ema ne ma ti se ye kopota takum ni bi ayame ya ni agisi nya no ebejai ama bibia so atima akokama de tano se ebia won so dia no aye premature ejaculation de bonya se se na baba se kwa me so tafre takum ni bi bibia be kama edema eno ti tabia zanikio eno abro no immune system major na infections out doing now and I'm sweat mako e tie ba na sensa wona mani saya de bia teto bia no and so to set them all Mr. Baby turn de bia kwa so to akabe 0243686861 now so the penny focus immunotable supplement no obi adibi we a full supplement free kantanka herbal pharmaceutical and resource center omo anadiaba na mpato in the system no adabia ya de bia try na be consider no I am mere our form the phone team the chade so ba kopa emulate supplement no be na so to ababwa abe support system no ama nyama so to kama ya de bia entiment total afese bia ene ya dem na say ya de bi ewo moja ma untimi hu a de chane say unya emulate supplement abe kra ni nyina na mpo ya de say ayi bibia eso de food there on bia so to kama bia tonto bia wo kon say ka emulate herbal supplement annual friend 24 0535 1128739.4 eso etwa kasi we serious Otakukulant Nampoto Weno Ayasenkafo Anampatomeka Atwatimi Damamo Usu Kakase Kaketwa Anampos Adantemo Ana Usu Say private car Anampos commercial cars Ana Usu Nampo commercial car Ana Usu no Debia region Boka Ano Debia Lodu Wafemi Pade Kwa Nenso overeating Tinwa Pake also do so good any other term Mr. Serious Otakukulant Ababwa I prevent overheating Ababwa engine our desam and I'm Brane wo kan engine no said ya tia na eno na so de ko na unya si odoko kwaje serious otakukula ntimi enso timi gum na bibia so etu kwa kama aya from 24 to sia e was 0544 133 1699.4 enso so etimi akasa Capo the Supremo
medasi yamma in question of the day no so ne question ben ayebisa sponsored by Dr. Amuzu Amuzu P and ye day ma na day Amuzu P no edru ema namu yare efri in peduam se gono anu anya syphilis and Canada anu anya bia unya edro a ye fe na Amuzu P na no anabeboa na ehi sa nneema nyina efri o diamanti doctor enu ewa dwama so banso a white how no unya bia betima siesia himfie ama himfie aye fe eyipa yenkosa aye bisaw enem eni sankaron enra coach Otto Addo ne saka ye saka no na question in you say was the decision to sack coach Otto Addo a good one, yes or no? Decision at the moment, your hit moment I World Cup in the mid of friendly games I ball qualify I say was the decision to sack Otto Addo a good one, yes or no? Now what's your dream? Decision or Ojo say yeah, and I say yeah, Ghana for a drink che anything about time.
Bernard Emmanuel says yes, of course, as usual. Edem Elma by on announce 8 me and monitor. Afei, I just Bayo and say thank God he is finally gone. Anodiaba, that's a decision and so to me Francis Asante as a great decision. Afei, Lovos man and so Adenedia and so to me the boss yes. Emmanuel Kenin and so say the decision is good and to announce their tomb. Afei, Barnabas GH say Mama should coach Ghana, please. And announce at Diaba and Professor Chum Albert as a not at all. And Diaba Manu Emmanuel say that's not answer okay. And announce Diaba a J some was a big yes. Samson Anna Thomas a queer and so say don't sack him. It was friendly match. World Cup will be improved and Odiaba Afemansa Ordeno Evans and so perfect home B as a yes and also to the banana Casti as a long time yes and also Diaba Chris B as a yes Tete Joe as a yes Afei Mawusa Brenton the same guy as a very good one and also Diaba Bra Pablo Emmanuel say yes and also to Diaba Amadazi and so as a perfect decision from the FA boy yes and no kusu kojo krom or say what a good decision so ana Ben and so fancy or say no it's too early and also to me the aba messages in there Dawson pa Capo
on a stream na Abubakar Sadiq is 100% yes pa and what about Dennis in team said no please and what about David Azuma was saying no Dennis SG was say yes straight is even long overdue and also actually Richard Opoku Durant as a decision was yes but the problem is still the GFE and no Diaba Samuel Adak was so good and Anukunzu Kojo Krom say yes Evans Ayete Evans as a yes is good and perfect decision pa and what about Eric Ben Carlos as a Man U update okay yate don't say about Destiny Awa was yes to do the best okay and on a day about Victoria Pierre say yes and on Saturday say yes for no wonum edoso pa na ezo mu a womu efese utu ekono edoso nti oto nso yenyan legya no kwa je say Ghana for yes for no doso Paviola was say so GFA took Otoado to Germany and left him there. Okay, for acquire chichena buano ehwa de egya no nti omo akwa jana eno ano eno here messenger ono nso edi aba ene anope adonsem enso ma na say Ghana for no bi adonkyere ana yedi aba eno no yeba na yedi yemba to ekuts no enso atwaso edi ama nemum on ore said an American heavy rena issue no ya pofan crap tweet Facebook about the GFA concern. Say have very nine omunya nkomupe. Muze wa target okreku. Now I say I've already received several messages about this coach as a potential long-term replacement option for Ghana. GFA President Kate E.S. Okreku is fully aware that Hervé Renard at present is with Saudi Arabia, where the Arabians reassigned him for the World Cup. I'm also reliably informed that Coach Hervé Renard is having a dicey relationship with the Saudis, and his future might be revealed after a game with Serbia on Tuesday evening. After a game, no, the relationship, no, in the future will be revealed. Sports Minister Honorable Kofi Idi Adams is 100% alert to the development. There's a woman eguso. Now be a free bed. Say NSA Director General Ekasa on a Kasafi perspective from a bank and some level to say woman to concern man for boy very nana. Heavy renown no contract and what church and issues are heavy renown so any Saudi for no after ne woman so omani abre World Cup for no me pa nti ya don some eba say bibia boko yentwa yembetwe ne and I say ina kakra di na no na enough from grana me boa 3 slips and a drop here. Mumbetima project here. I'm a man of panel. Yeah, the projections nearby. Into your slips in a 3 and a drop here. And a quotes no airship. Na 10 watts a womb and I feel 5 odds and so a womb. Just a Diana. I know a dainty. I want some kakra and on so kakra yadi to a tree. Na odibi atu achiri na eno so etimi aboayi pa nti ena daso no we 7.08 ana edaso no na say what the kakra to achira wadi ya ka ntwa o na adwen wa anye na ya
Benjamin Asare so prove say World Cup no bit mother.
Oh yeah, the modern is too much.
I can say Benjamin Asare ya de chat is again comfort me boa.
No one debate in the Yozo Mujai.
Go Dacha Tizigi
BW49 F9F BB6 11 O's. The Atuaso A10 BW49 F97 EFF 10 O's no BW49 FA0 9C4 9 O's BW49 FA1 5F1 8 O's get to F5 BW49 FA0 235 nti enra de ne da so no wan twa bia enen so ebebo nti uti anu enen so me se ebe dey ebebo aha nti fa kakra to akiri na bibia be fine mra so se ekwa amonone na ye de amonone nsem to aso edim ha ye Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV foreign news amnes ye wi a ye ti asifie boabo ye ti asifie na ya ba be din komo ewufie amonone ehye nso wo se ti ese ehwefi ye kwaba
Agwa juma no you Yame wohoda Se uji didia Obeya juma Esachre no you Yame wohoda Se uji didia Obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamaki Shra Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika luvika Uvika naveshika Uvika miyodika Tode yashach Kodi Yashak. In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Come on, boy. Capo. Sorry, Capo chairman. I feel like chairman.
Yes. Now we be answer.
Go tama taboku kasa mo say messages and ben no be say. Hey, oh chairman, ya dear pa say what me assemble. Yes, kwara bi ko me nkwa me ho hene papa me.
Na guess it is how.
Chairman, Italy match no. Eba so you be not Czech Republic, Denmark, Kosovo, any Turkey in Africa, Sweden, woman of Poland, and so Boba Shara come Italy match no. Now you need come a whole anime start at them in Bosnia for a reporter. But say Italy for Enra, one and so much. Me ekoi na dwumadia ni nyina no yase Bosnia for womu enso Italy Bosnia for your training and afa Italian spy enso meko training grounds wo anopanom yedemana ni nyina mu no womu se akwa na obawa wono ebe spy Bosnia womu enso no training na eno eba so ni nyina no ade sa wono so eba sa wo ba be fa in the training womu drills womu ye and afa tactics Bosnia for enso no ye ni nyina no ade no womu training womu say was army top and army top now was sanon womu say Crosby a bomb no Italian badge and a bomb womu say Italian Federation woman asuma no say omrana for omamedi woman so woman name recording woman ya nemum no woman say or record but osake no movement woman say dwumadia no kwaso nemum no woman ensom na jefon na resembia we record training and say one recording nemum no say no project and the phone no chance recording and so na kwaso and no free Italy woman so ye atem na ba Italian national team no and I was Stadio Bellino Bolge Zaninga and what anu woman training and woman training no kwaso Girano Gattuso one of the boys no woman training kama ama no man so na timeko kwa stadium na ni nyina mo no Gattuso e dey atuda was the history of Italian football one and ba ko and so my winning trophies be bro na 110 different at the Italian football and say one woman ade ba ko e mo strong team spirit and Italian spirit no say team weak kra na ade a ye fe say Italian spirit ne ba woman enso na tumi bibia ma ne ye eno tefo no ade ba Sada ba ko pe woman tumi mix game no team ne weak kana the team spirit ade ba ko say woman enso na say kwan bia so eno ebetumi aba a message to the supporters say ne mo ba betatwe na nua man so na kama ntimi nyina mu no coach ne a message ode ma supporters say munya gidiem Italy national team no say na me antoma and qualification enso beba now to the players and what do to the players no mo say ade ba ko enso na say wonya ready eso be ku ho adem ama Italy nyame antoma na anwumre ya dikan fie na ko retire enom jode atudwa say ne we player na ya feel do say betrem abo efama Italy man no na so twetwe ho ana so wonya ready so be ba na what dikan enso fie no the Italian manager Girano Ivan Gattuso wodem atudwa ya di ene san komani nyina no enso mde eba Donnarumma and nyame adoma ye hwese ne wono ebedam na nkomo odi nyina no enso ngene se do moment enso mu prove at Italy mino esa oman ko World Cup for the last time ya bo World Cup woman to me enso man ko bi abanasa into moment na do esa Italy amani nyina no enso eba behind na fe wonum eta wo meche no Donnarumma enso man komo de atudwa de ma na no pe oduma de so anwa no wo mu a press conference about so and yet to be and some demo na Edinzeko aye and a player I want so kwan bia so say ne one no betimi abona fa dwumadie enso akokama ede amo me fa no boss na boboko no na ni nyina mu no de atu da say na ade ba ko be kan say ahead of game women Italy airborne no 110 say omuye respect and also me the Italian national team and after Italy as a nation was since Italian national anthem na ba obeka che ne Bosnia for supporters ni nyina say women sorry enfo mon santu women koko na anthem na ba women to be near chire and yebusa no say dan and also women boss na man no okay emra ntokwa enso mmesi ya Italy the first country after World War no and so you could ni adin tokwasema and also na kwaso ni adomu no Italy the first nation woman and some bobo kromo into Italy die yaka Bosnia na ya boy Italy and to me and fonti omo and some respect Italian and the football and after Italian as a nation into our culture so what as in anthem no barana man who anthem no muntra salute and from the Italian and the anthem then show respect and on koma what they are to dana dear thing no and someone say Gattuso and say ya on your change beer I was squad what they born the last game and san will remove our match in Donnarumma yatisene obedem and after Boise Calafieri ebe Ginetti Bastoni ebe Bomancini ewe tre o eni funfuniwa De Marco ebe Barella ebe Gemluca Eletali and some ebe Gemluca Tali no and after Sandro Tonali and some ebe Politano ebe Gemenimo and yatisembia Moesken after and the retagi woman ebe start at amatimno and the Zeresene and Namansom ebe Tinakwa Kama na Victor Jokeres and then you Sweden one also bet me qualify womo adwomo akọ World Cup na omode Poland and a day airborne to Victor Jokeres and ya ni so no so adene man ebe tina beti na ya ka Sweden womo ko World Cup one also nebe Lidiano aya Victor Jokeres and ya denen some no adem na na Poland man so no and na yere so paiso Lewandowski and some na rese kwamtia so one also bet say ne bobre because na aya pattern na fem so rem ewo the grand finale we rem ewo the World Cup no na fem nyama kwakama ewo the Mondial enti Lewandowski so no rese no betumi aboa qualify in Poland and on nkoma efo no madeba na nim say Sweden man no wo mo dia tuma no ma Grand Porter wono ana coachi in Sweden wo mo national team no na wo mo de ema no wo mo make it clear ema ne tiase as a World Cup and wo be so mo ko enti won qualify wo mo emfa wo mo ko World Cup to Grand Porter and I went to me and qualify Sweden MBO o mejane kwan because do mo catch any say SN or say na fe or qualify na oko World Cup no and no Grand Porter report a few at them ban na take way women so rest women Kosovo at them born the last time Turkey qualify for World Cup na Japan Korea 2002 and womu baby okay sa movement no womu equal semi final elusu to Brazil na some game no nya ise kra Turkey mai womu diagro Japan Korea na nya sameto na nyina mu no the first time in 24 years and ye womu for the first time womu qualify na nyama so ngako kama no womu Kosovo and de ebani na fe nyama and so ngatima kwa kama na unim say yase udu ene Tariki hotel Kosovo foi pai to pai and as ready when to pai we am fire flesh and wo de akodiduma and so wo ma to be wo mo de disturb wo mo so the buyer wo mo nya sumtwe emfa emogem na Kosovo fo nie yen ko na fe yen joy kakra wo mo ha take for na papa enom gamer e baso dia koso enie
Hotel
ejai no mo toto ebe na ka otani adem ho no mo yese ne enuama nso be kwa kama na he kan cha na glu akasa na do ya to da se na match no wo mu underestimate any opponent Zambia Kosovo emanusa ento mo de be dia go ya World Cup na ye ko ento mo ni 24 years ni wo mu ntimi nko bi ento match we nya dia wo mo de be dia go se Inter wo ma sua game wo mo ne Bodo Glimt e boy wo Champions League no Inter 4 years o Bodo Glimt foi wo mu eswa ana de se ye no ye nyina ye hunti wo mu mfasa any attitude no enrem e wo game wo ni Kosovo and so de born ye kan che on aglu ana dem to danyame adoma na wo mu ye se Tariki e be rem na afi wo mu ensom natima wini wo mu game no na Amadu Onana e wo Belgium wo mu camp ana enen koma koso after say oba ye e be rem e wo national team no mu say China wo be rem on national team no enuama city our first training section drills e course na afi team Messi send wo mu welcome Amadu Onana ere kakra enso atodwa nyina mu no wotumi copy with the stars no Monte Superstars ni nyina no ewon komom an wode atodwa Luis de la Fuente was Spain wo mu camp na ni nyina mu no ana ye busa se one Garcia wono bedama na because money Egypt and abo Spain and Egypt game no and aba so obebo one Garcia on say Barca goalkeeper no wono on say oka Espanyol wo mu ni Catalan for no mu enka local derby aba so anu asepa on say Catalan for no Barca for no looking more Catalan on say there no Espanyol for no so looking more in the Spaniard o mu na chance o mu so Spain for o mu related to Spanish identity na the woman say eba no say samonte goalkeeper awo no anso rem ewo ye kan say Espanyol won o mu fi say we Catalan na say won so Barca kromo ni ade ane Espanyol fe o mu kan na mo de goalkeeper ikowe o mu huru de ane de ato da say eba no national team a ye ni Espanyol ane ye ni Barcelona ye ni Madrid ane ye ni Atletico ni nyina no ye one ye ball together enti ono o catches of waters ne say one Garcia obedam adema team na a national team and what them at the amo muntie ni Espanyol bia and ni Barca eno Luis de la Fuente ne nkoma wode atodwa don sam no atem na ba metese ne wo mu register ni JC number 18 ono and obesem na for the appointed game eno enso betimi abaso eno ye nkoma efi ono ade aba Luis Brantia Family Lopez our Barca wo mu players no we Barca players no mu enso ni Lami Yama mu wo mu Capo mu yase ne game no betimi abaso na Family Lopez say right now open the favorite players our Barca Lami Yama and Pedri wo mu mienu ana omu favorite ademane pa because ball Lami Yama ball and Pedri ball wo mu ball ni favorite our in the Barca currently no this and two players and no Family Lopez and koma what them not to dana ni nyina mu no wo mu busa ne say Rafinha so injury situation no sign and the channel so aha mu pa na ni nyina ye ade mu answer because Rafinha our former oboa or important player Adema Barca our former na ema Barca team no wo mu nuama ekoye nto mu yese ne wono so betimi abana afi wo be chana na so ade ama team no wo mu sa no Saudi Arabia wo mu di 50 million euros eba ese Barca team no na beje a wo be kwa na no so Barca team no dream ne dan so tete se ne Barca obebo anu obobie wontimi mfa 50 million and toda yason enti ono anya de se ne o Barca wa ko Saudi Arabia ne wotina enso mmeka wani akoda na sama wote atudu ase na La Liga ate ba ko mo yase ne wo betimi age ana afa Champions League enso mo ya de a esi wo mani so mo yase ne wo mo nsa betimi akano Family Lopez nkoma wono de Frankie Dion enso report abane say yetese nyame adoma on the April 11th and betimi return omo yase omo game against Espanyol eno Barca and Espanyol no and yetese no betimi abebo ade amatim efe no Barca eno nkoma efi wode be don sam no enso mo de ba Barca pre-season no yetese omo ko St George's Park England no and omo ebekwa pre-season on say 2014 Barca ekoye pre-season 2016 Barca ekoye pre-season into almost say omo hwese ne womu ntimi enko in the US of A womu adwomani betre England na fe St George's Park and omo pre-season no womu timi akoye na no enkomo a efi Barcelona womu so ye enso mnade ba unim say Mbappe eba no say in the World Cup and I say countries womu enso nwe FIFA ranking eba no top 10 we national team womu ewo soro pa top 10 eba no ranking ewo FIFA womu enso na ranking no so wase top 10 no wa ball bia 17 goals and wase netia top 10 FIFA ranking team ewo chese ne game on so ball na chese Mbappe team sakese womu ewo soro France Asia wa dan Mbappe ebeto atena 17 goals and in the top 10 in the ranking teams womu and so your ranking womu in the top 10 ewo FIFA ranking so no wa ball modem above 17 goals atia womu in Mbappe Asia top clubs national team so do mo and some who agree pa Mario Ferdinand and what they are to say Jude a player bia as a steady Frank Lampard na namon our 2 year Chelsea and after England women national team no where the same thing because bono esa wo drop it deep edu ba bia okwaje ball e wa chire Madiba sana na Lampard etie wo ye e national team e wo club level into Ferdinand e dey atoda say Jude o ball no be kosura esa wo shak video clips Lampard no ball awon baba no be bro ma watime develop and so mako anim ye pa na Ferdinand say England for no wono ne starting 11 e wo World Cup ya ye ko say coach ayefano Thomas Tuchel o hwe na o he boys na oyusu wo mu na wono atnase aye 11 adama England so wey no susu say World Cup na ba ne say ye kwa akoba coach you should players way eno ana be Rio Ferdinand and your selection adama coach no.
And he was one of the guys who was Pickford in goal, Reece James right back, left back O'Reilly, centre backs Konza and Gay, 3-man midfield Kobbie Mainoo, Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham in a 10. I'm going to go Saka right. After what I saw the other day, Marcus Rashford left, Harry Kane. And there'll be stipulations on some of these players, right? Kobbie Mainoo, I want to dictate the game. And the reason why I'm playing him, his European Championships experience and what he'd done in that tournament leads me to believe he'll be unfazed. He knows what it takes to play at that level. He's done it before. He was one of our better players there, and he was one of the guys who was controlling things. I want Jude to be my moments guy. Yeah, when there's times to keep the ball and be that extra man in midfield, great. But I want him to be the Frank Lampard of Chelsea in the England team and come up with big special goals, what he done at Real Madrid as well. Rashford has to run long. Anything to feet, I'll bring him off. Every single time we get the ball, he must run in behind. Inside the fullback, behind the centre half when Harry Kane drops in, or just straight blow the socks off the right back who you're playing against behind. So that's the way I'd go for it.
Rio Ferdinand Fedro and I didn't come away and some by a doing some no at the man out of England woman training session across so and me doing some bano pay at the match said yet here and it's Jordan Henderson one no and to me and training yeah who training grounds for no more hurricane no more dear you say women so gradually women pick it up day our training day ama England you don't some and so they bana kuraba ko our England woman camp is a wire hot cake no Elliot Anderson so say Nottingham Forest akodano why sepa obianya na wono ensom na pay ama ze manufo ensom na duo atendende womu epano na unim se Elliot 100 million and ya se Nottingham Forest says how your club now opa 100 million pounds and obetia and then afa Elliot Anderson na Elliot no anenwa ebusan Elliot 100 million do 100 million ya unkofo nke udu na on say ye fano akọ every Nottingham Forest adina ni ache enembia manju and atimfu from say and was soon also say on national team ka munya no na fe on train the national team later obaba train relegation crash say Nottingham for many abra we mu say ombeka league no crack can be any adinto one only focus no and sadanya transfer yenti Elliot Anderson.
How does that fit into you preparing for the summer and the tournament?
Yeah, no, obviously we've got the World Cup this summer, so all my eyes are on that, and yeah, playing for England is definitely. I've obviously got the badge on now, so that's all I'm thinking about at the moment.
It's kind of related to that. I wonder how much of a kind of step change it is for you from the pressure of a relegation battle, if you like, with your club to suddenly coming to be part of the elite, where it looks like you've got a really strong chance of going to the World Cup. They're very different emotions for club and country right now for you, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. But ultimately, all the games are the same. I'm just going on the pitch and trying to give my best and fight for whatever strip I've got on. And yeah, that's all I'm doing.
In terms of distractions with your club.
Elliot Anderson hot cake no and you didn't want some by Brazil woman a campaign legacy and some kokosra woman opania de Barevado and Ronaldo woman ko hoko di juma na nyina mu no the atene say nyame antoma game woman ebeso mu ebo and no baso against Croatia no Vini Junior person prove he said me can no pa and some match supporters no say woman game against France woman digu ide na mum way woman stress say wombe bodjuma na fe fans agye womu enso matum timete say ene vini person start in the game no na for her say no womu enso betimi abo game na win na France and say Brazil for no woman ni enso agye na manager I friend the Don Carlo Ancelotti was say o her say nyama be kwa kamade ama Brazil no de do hwa no na ombusa ne say o hwa said the call up ebesi akọ emi ade emanfo bowedi na name abekọ bi name anko one ade ne kwa no pa no mekatros o stating categorically clear as ono de do kan say players wo mu bekọ World Cup bia di woni tirim na mo makasam odebama federation is list any obia obekọ bia di enso woni tirim even was say the first game I won before World Cup no kwa no lineup no our idea players will start and then the first game and so day amano and then some day atu don some no a day was Brazil woman national team no woman the right path a kwan woman am so no e kwan no so e kwan pa ya don some day ba Messi ni Argentina woman and some team no bebo Zambia na Messi enra e training woman training and no Argentina woman national team no and ya day and some ba na woman so no and bre abapa on Argentina for woman world champions otiase na Messi e training and Roger ball na fe oboto tas one ni team Messi ani je Messi esresre Messi ehwese enuama ebeko kama because that game we said anye game in that tough game na dey Argentina eno ayen koma fu dey ba enra coach e confirm say earlier day Messi be ball in a game na fe Zambia e matcha eno so e pass we can confirm na unim sam yase manager aye fe Lionel Scaloni we na wono na ade atuda say hey wase yase Friday wo di nkomo na enkoma wo di ni nyina ne so aka che boys ne say honeymoon over Zambia and ye world champions ye yakwaje world cup wase yakam World Cup na fe akabe se 2 months na eda anim na World Cup e baso enti bra said the moye world champion no enche na trophy no free and said ye anyere ye wan ko defend dia enti wakache boys ne say womu fatri mu de ensom na ntonche na afi womu yasere nneema siko na yete the squad no obemia mu pa players odo me ko World Cup no onfa eni agro wonyere wo ho a ummobi enom ayete ba wodrugo de Paul yate se anhwe ya wodrugo de Paul kra no enya de se manager ayefo no Lionel Scaloni edino ebeko World Cup no bia no eyenkoma efiri wode be do nsam no ensom na de ba Ronald Koeman aye manager na wono nso ewo ye kan say Netherlands womu camp na nkomo a panyina no eye one abranche fa no Memphis Depay ni nkomo na amanfa so ana Memphis no 100% fitter obetimi a compare no to Messi ana afa Ronaldo no level enye pra ana Memphis bobo ba kunu apura enka obetimi de na toto nkofo ya omo soro hu ana say nkofo de amu kai Messi ni Ronaldo no omo level different ho ya ka planet na embia ya o eta embia Messi ni Ronaldo woman nam Jupiter anase embia other planet no so enti do betima aka say a branch here where fit to betima make a difference at the Ama national team no nemo so wo compare no to Messi ne Ronaldo mo level no there enum ya dia manager yi enso e dia tudwa na Rafael van der Vaart akasa wonim say Netherlands womu ene Morocco kwanso World Cup na ye ko no womu timi bomoden edu run of 32 a womu betimi asia ene Morocco womu Netherlands eletimi amitu ho a na wei ana Rafael van der Vaart akasa na watutu bi pa o womu ko busa ne sem Morocco foi monna Morocco kwanso a munyina mo qualifier run of 32 Morocco ne Netherlands ebetimi asia na munsuro Morocco no ana ene Rafael van der Vaart dia tuda say na Morocco foi mo ye hwan Morocco foi players womu Netherlands for no womu rejected ana omo bo Morocco national team no na owe Netherlands womu players womu bo Liverpool womu obi omo bo Barcelona na o ye kosia Morocco amusie suro eno dene Rafael van der Vaart de atuja ya don sam nso de atuda nto mo enye worried about meeting Morocco na Rio Ferdinand and yes African countries womu bam World Cup no na why na hu ni say obetimi abomoden pa because Senegal ba Morocco ba Black Stars Ghana ya baby other countries see wonu ba Ivory Coast num nyina nam kwanso a wonu ba na why na hu say obetimi perform so wonu say Morocco ne Senegal wonu mienu an obetimi perform World Cup Rio Ferdinand Senegal and Morocco.
Two of the teams that to travel longer into the tournament. One thing I will say, I think this World Cup, I think we'll see more African teams in the knockout stages. I think the weather conditions there are going to play into the African teams' hands, and they'll be more used to playing in them hot and humid conditions. Given the African climate, I think that'll be a huge factor, and the fact that a lot of them have got a lot of players that are playing in the best leagues. I think Morocco and Senegal again will be the two of the teams that to travel longer into the tournament than probably anticipated by many others outside of Africa. One thing I will say,
no Morocco, no Senegal, and no more, and so much my travel far, and no Rio Ferdinand, and I do it out to that. Now, when him say, dear Congo for woman need Jamaica, the reggae boys, and our game, I won't be ball. Now, DRC, one game, I have personal one supporter, Edma DRC Congo, your son Lumumba, one Anna Oko Morocco, tournament, Afcon, or Jenny Deepa, one at me now, no, I didn't Sakosro, why a D Sakwam Chroma statue, Ayana SUA, Onzu Sakoa, dear, what Pejanin say, as a number me, na San Waya, Edesobotina, one crucial game, on the qualify, and to the World Cup, woman in Jamaica, Anna Ebo, woman called Mexico, we call in the Afghan by a president, and our dear Congo, Erika channel, and the story ready about Amama 1 year. I want to make us support Yajika. Now, who the out here? Now, the woman is saying, Yase, woman travel to Mexico, and I come Sao play off now. Woman so man visa, and to a visa, and Franco, Pamama, to the dear Congo for Omura Hopa, as a 1 month supporter Bakua, one who at Tawomachi and to me, and your visa, and some man to me and call, and no air dear from my dear doing some no at the Eba, Ivory Coast Winker, Reford Zaha, reporter Banisia say, Inter Miami, LA Galaxy, and after New York FC, woman ya presa, woman enya Reford Zaha, woman epe, and I am come free Reford Zaha, now so ya dear doing some no at the Eba, good news, Adama PSG, and some man said Fabian Rio, and so make us our training, after so much Champions League game, woman in Liverpool, Eba Fabian Rios, and some okay, after say when woman Eba so at the Ayamano Panamekato say Liverpool, so I dear say Alexander Isak and so one tona, as I gave me the idea say more, and some Nabajere, and no Ayan Coma, ya the Eba, now when him say Marco Curella on PSG, woman said Chelsea, Num, a match at Chelsea for woman is to bring woman, Nan Yamanko, Anna Marco Curella did to that say, was saying Chelsea's a match, you know. Like experience obekano kre na a lot of players are no more Chelsea no be no na ayomo first time awomo bought Champions League ni womo bought to that caliber and no can be and mo elusu sa game no womo ya mistakes be bre so mo timi jabon wa chire and so mo timi ja chire so mo kokanta na PSG abo esi chire na no enso ya mistake no mo dia punish womo and no can be and ama Chelsea for womo timi advance Marco Curella and them the Sanko adia to the Chelsea team wa na Liam Rosinia our manager the Chelsea team no say papa said you twado kukwasa ya Ghana for we ma born na to say Champions League yes when to me and qualify Chelsea they are to say empanifo no woman to me jana kwan irrespective of say ya catch us and the Paris Stanley nom and then penifo be pray omo tetre achas omo ese ne obetimi aba adwuma na nyina mu no ya say omo ehwese woman consider Francis Fabregas como e coach no enti say Fabregas at that red no so Chelsea voice say man yi eye ne space yi at the Tony Huna no na o ye kukwasa na nkoya we mu ebe so mo de Fabregas abeba na oba be dituma no report a few at the ebe din komo ni nyina no enso e de ba Liverpool wo mo target no de wo mo say Salah no de we wie o wo ko na mom Michael Olise and as say yes Liverpool for so de aye top priority wo mo yase kwan bia so wo mo prepare in the big at their call na o my so be a long time replacement today am Liverpool eboboko no winning Saudi Premier League no more since 1992 wo mo enso the Premier League atu di no so no winning say 6 clubs per an anchor relegation Arsenal anchor relegation Chelsea anchor relegation Man United anchor relegation Liverpool anchor relegation Everton anchor relegation Tottenham Hotspur anchor relegation to Wayne NBA ebetima your first time in since 1992 Tottenham foi wo mu ebetima anchor relegation ɛno ɛyɛ nkɔmɛfoɔ ba because since 1992 a Premier League your boy didi enso mto so foforɔ ɛno yɛ Premiership no ɛnya deɛ sɛ 6 clubs wɔ mu ɛtumi akɔ relegation na mo tonam fe baby mo day aka ketekete na fe wɔ mu enso mkɔ na Mauricio Pochettino wodu US affair wɔno ana coach wɔ mu na rumors ne ba na ɛba sɛ omunya ya because Roberto De Zerbi DM say omo dia adwuma no kra ma na wie na mom rumors eba linke Pochettino say adwuma yi enka omefa Madrid fon so womu linke no say anate manager nanum tom wapam aka de wom
World Cup, I think everyone knows that.
I know you're focused on the team here, but we haven't had a chance to ask you directly about all the rumors linking you with Tottenham and Real Madrid. Have you had any talks with those two clubs about taking over after the World Cup?
No, at the moment, no. I think we are very, very focused here in the World Cup. I think everyone knows that I am committed with the national team here. I think it's not a point to talk about the future. At the moment, no one approach. Who knows what is going to happen? Like I said, we are open. We don't have contract for the future, but why not if we are happy and the federation is happy and it's only about to see. I think the most important now is to be focusing tomorrow and in the World Cup.
Relegation womu ebetimi survive any relegation and no yankoma what they aba na mame Ricardo Calafiori ni nkoma Arsenal a player no na video a circulate here e ba ne say yese we share fan back na fan say on-sign Premier League trophy cut out no emfama no Premier League trophy cut out ekuta kuden was say on-sign autograph ento achi na Calafiori who adena no say we ye dey Premier League dey trophy cut out. Okay. Was say I will not sign. On sa adaya. Was say or believe in superstition. Or GDM ewonimu or jehunhum samudi. Arsenal per Premier League aje omunanje. Na okosign na Arsenal timi anya. Mabedi na tamze wono enede sunsumpone akwakwa techa na so pre no ho ama omantimi anye. Yentie ni kakra bi. Oso ono. Dalai. Arsenal nye ya. Ade afa no Premier League say badge, say cut out, say then on sign that.
Superstition. No, this one no.
Please, we're gonna win.
Didn't win yet.
No, please, no, we're gonna win. No, color, please, bro.
No,
we're gonna win.
I believe in superstition. What you never do? And Calafiori in common idea. Benua Pate and the Kai Pate and Ranenye is a crowd. One the former player of Arsenal. Now Yasamone Kai have it. Do baby Tano Pa. Our pitching is about a real game. No Black Stars Elusu 2-1. And the Mannschaft of Germany. Pate enye on the Kai Harvest and omo and some din committee after Enra and commodity and some Nakosua. Yati and 70p at the Badwater come of Venga. World Cup did there is someone share. Did there is some and some and friend of Fanco and Coma a few France Alba and some I don't know I didn't 70p about Lukaku and then Napoli our issue. Napoli Lukaku pesa or 20 rehabilitation also rehab no our Belgium. Now Yamakwa come Napoli Fonso say Lukaku Mane. Lukaku report to Napoli and Lukaku said onya message ultimatum na mo kano onya message from Napoli say be on reporting there into your club no and then Napoli for ne you can say Lukaku be so tena ne krom na afi wo ya rehab ne kaka ne mo se bra na yitua ka bra Lukaku mo se bra enum de fu de banti yam fancy na afi bra from re na ya mato so ya Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV Sports Buffet and ya don some de batim no ena atena se ya ba na afi be Black Stars Enra and some be coach Otoado ya born na ase to latest Ghana ya de honsem to aso ama good din na ya bana ya ba be din komo e wo fie na ya twetwe komo na no pe ya ne coach ya preko e be bobon komo kakra na ya din komo for Black Stars ya preparation to the World Cup and afi coach Otuado enso sakini ya sakini coach Ben na badan na ya e be boa Ghana the way forward ama ya koye nim na bibia nso etima koye coach e wa man so coach ya ma good morning about Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV and ano pe
yeah me dem so
say mpombo ko de
domo bibia da de
good coach ready ano pe frewa say e cool but nye cool ni nyina no Black Stars your preparation to the World Cup na enkomo ebesi di Ghana preparation ayedi World Cup ya qualify we bo friendly games yede ehwe team no ahoden yebo Austria emomo share 5 elmenra yene Germany boy emomo enso yene omo bo 2-1 ti ya lusu yen 2 games nyina ahead of the World Cup coach why coach the monitor game ni din then na positives and the negatives ewo sa 2 games ya ebo yen
thank you ne positive negative nana I think say positive nana say you hu baby ya hu odinda and the negative side is we've sacked our coach 3 months today if anything
the tournament
but we did it. We have to the FA knows why Omosake no nti like I said no yehu ya hoodin in terms of how we want to how the strength of the team and on a positive side no because matches me no yehu how can we play, are we going to the system we want to play, do we have the players to play the system or what will suit us and what will benefit everybody nti and on the positives and the negative side. This is where I can little I can contribute.
Okay, good one. Coach, you have back coach to other seconds. No mum, you was here right into the game. Na you share your team na who dem pa. Share your game my ball. It's Austria and I say bibia jinsamu. Edu baby na share the whole direction of the game. Tactics you did remo get see press you see bo high press no na yen share the who enwan so de no enwa de na see piki kakra enti o compare Austria match no to Germany game na why coach no tactical in the den na ya improve from midfield defense o de ma for goalkeeping or defense midfield to attack enso say ben na o say abem
I think say against if anything no we are underrated Austria for no but tactically, and we shall ranking at the moment, football, Austria for national team, is working better than the German national team. The Germans are trying to find their pieces back together now. They are divided. Almost style of play, tiki taka ne ya bemu too much. Who be omujina. It is Guardiola call on that German machine and the Dimna now Omubono. Ko introduce tiki taka and bomb game no which ama nema be assessor. And they're trying to adapt somebody's style of play and it's not really working for them. But the match against Austria, like I said, we played against a very tactical team. On board together a lot and they know what they are doing. But if you look at the first half of the game, and I said game necessary. Chances are in your striker. No, these are chances for the Asamoahs, the Kwame Ayus, Tony Bafo, Tony Eboas, and these are the kind of chances as strikers. Omuhia Master Kunedu no time, a hit here. He'll make the best out of it. And Anke Nyasa early goes now. Anke game the face of the game will change. But as Yentimia utilizes higher chances, because now we were defending. I think we were defending when we attack 4-4-2. When we defend 4-2-3-1. But as she said, now friend is saying full backs, your wing backs, wingers not they defending too deep in the box, so come. But when there's pressure on you, sometimes game nankasa the chunko box because you have to track your attack, your fantasy, your defender. Game no didn't know basa, but second half I think say dismantle after conceding the first goal. No, Nema dismantle then the compactness. No, now we had to open and what was the objective? Are we going to be compact or are we going to open up for them to hurt us? And I think yes, decided to be BMUNO and it created a lot of space and then we lost 5. But coming to yesterday's game, you realize that now the objective is to play everybody, but now you want to also, if anything, respect the badge and protect your dignity. Let's go 3 back and like I keep saying, say Otubai and the best Otufitama Otubai and the best system has been the 3 back and then be compact and then hit the opponent on the fence and on counter. Anytime you over 4-4-2, whether with Salisus and the rest in your struggle, but anytime over 3 back and then we become compact and then we hit the opponent on a break now. You will more. Yesterday, and I wasn't surprised we were able to hold the Germans, especially a team that is not willing to shoot from out edge of the box. They want to, work their way into the box and then play kind of Spanish passes and then 1-2 in the box to score. No, if they don't get the right, if anything, ultimately hold them frustrated, and we are frustrated more until the penalty in the by. Yakobaya, game. No, still we were still in the game. We equalized, and then with the experience, we share second goal. No, I can say the question that we need to ask ourselves and say objectives now. They call matches no, achieve na. Okay. Because players are the buying na, you so many. Including a goalkeeper crane, the goalkeeper said the comments and Yentimen who be the Bosuba came in, some other players came in the ball 2 minutes yesterday. Into objective, no Yetimia Chiviana, that's the big question that we have to ask ourselves.
Well, any former Black Stars player, coach Apreko, and the coach, your method or Black Stars, the coming for the now from ye pillar in free team ni nyina ho den wo na ore Black Stars team sisi a Pate e wo meford wo no Pate eze ohwe na ho den ene Pate minute a onya over na on sheda nya playing time ni ade ameford wo no wo behu ni se e be se still na ya rely on Pate wo finfini wa
Pate was experience but in terms of tracking and the energy level, no, we know say psychologically he went through some fairness and problems. And he played a big part of Newewo Villarreal, no. But I know say no. Otto wanted to give him playing time. He played 90 minutes. He played a lot of minutes in the first match, and then yesterday, no, he also played. But Pateni Sibono, our middle, no. And Shedda and Clicky here because one has to be the one that wins the ball and the one has to be the playmaker. The playmaker, if you play 2 like that in the middle now, because you're playing, if anything, 5, you're playing 3 back, and then when you are defending, you defend with 5. There's a middle unless say you have one player behind 2 strikers, and then next say when you lose, still you have 3 players in the middle. So yes, if you leave the 2 of them in the middle now, it's very difficult because after that's the reason why you said the day was Jordan was dropping more to help the midfield because or linking up between attackers any defenders no midfield no. So you win the ball now, he has to carry the ball, which should have been Partey, but Partey needs strength and needs ability to do that. Partey is the kind of tiki-taka. He has his moments. where I wouldn't say he comes to the game and cool, especially when the ball is when we're starting from the back and then the goalkeeper or player, Pate himself, with pressure, a receive the ball and then move the ball forward to the second third before we get to the final third. But you still have to have that balance. That balance, say. Now he goes to Pate. Then when he leaves Pate, it should be somebody who can help defenders, and then his movement and attacking, or like somebody who can help the defenders, which is lacking. And previously, I can say Kojasama Wakasu will be that kind of players now. Then they can locate the strikers when they move, or they can run with the ball to the final third and then give a killer pass. See, Patino, the strength now
okay. Coach Yamra, Coach Utwado, second no so enra na dwa homachi ne ona yeso omudi news abaso omaja coach kwan. Our time form more na call say omu coach status yi but we qualify Ghana we or the tournament yi omu visen kana ye nyan no mane ko tournament yi timing Ghana ye de ama coach ekoi ebeboa tournament yi ayekoi because new coach beba no so the new methods aba yen san started from zero high or tournament ayekoi
juma we dey edin but if anything yeah, he was sitting somewhere or in the baby or the German United and they say back or buy no back play off against Nigeria and qualify no the World Cup. The hero. Now no asa or no empire and AFCON no idea World Cup second time when you saw history. Ya do on him. These coaches are hired to be fired. And immediately idea no be or tactics or matches and whatever that you bring on board. And especially to coach a national team there, very difficult, especially a country like Ghana. Emotions not dorsal. And tactically, if you don't get if you don't get things if you don't get things right, it tends to come and hurt you because young qualified for AFCON, trust me, say Ghanaians have found one channel. Even though and for so many after qualifying us to the World Cup, for so many months, Yambo match biano Nasumujono.
Yeah.
And the Ghanaians were expecting say obeying homework here as he comes, and then unfortunately, Kobo Austria match now bring Chrombium and then Yenya sorry bium Ghanaians and then it's unfortunate but like you said the timing as a film but the almost Ebian Penifon almost trans almost analyze here and almost say answer number Pamno is the Ghana the answer never Pamun, especially when you have 2 months to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Answer number Pamobino. Onim say or Ebian and NCB so that
no question.
They believe I believe they have somebody already in way in
their mind.
In their mind say version 9 because anything by this time because as it is a difficult situation you find yourself because now no buy so no so scouting
now for players for
players players or pay system of bono or enough matches are or ama ya if anything yeah
Yetima koyanim
she said very very dicey but I strongly believe that if you know how can I say analyze the name the 2 years let's hope for the best.
Okay.
And yes.
Okay. Coach, I'm ready to see. I do be so now. They do chat to one say information good tie any say interim basis no more say the coach Kusiapia James coach Kusiapia Mayeli ebeba na wabehwe chidi amagana fair World Cup coach ba na the third time ni where ebeboa ne bayi mu no say no cresa
no crack Capo there so why be. He knows the system, he knows the terrain, he knows us what he kasa or say. And I think say Omden Baba or call World Cup. And going to the World Cup, you need the FNSA, you need men, you need somebody that will understand. So this time or period here, we are. I can be 3 months here qualify for World Cup. World Cup, you need somebody. Obeti Okasa, obeti why you sack the other coach and why you are bringing him on board. Say 3 months. Obeti Asiena. What we say. The nation is at stake now. And yes, the reputation is at stake. With the nation, he has to come in and deliver. And because he have what it takes. You know, what Ghana football, what Ghanaians, what near penalty, and he will listen. He will listen, and I think if he's coming for the third time, I think
deliver
because he knows the boys. He knows Ghanaians no mentality, but the better cynical say your players in foreigners. Players in foreigners. Now you have to go back to Europe and then start tracking them before season and over time. Does he have enough time? Then that's when the technical team will come in and make sure say Ombe assisting. Whoever is coming now will struggle to find his feet. But he has to be somebody who knows, what he will be doing because trust me, say the time is so limited now. This is what you have. Unless the person comes in and then surprisingly, or adjusting one time because we don't have enough even matches to play.
Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2 matches before the World Cup. Maybe I see Mexico and whatever. Anyway, maybe the person might come and use these matches, And but never know. Sometimes, when a new coach comes in, player be up so called World Cup.
No question.
Be a man for the pajama. In friendly matches, never bono. They say no only mobile. Now come and justify yourself and then show me say you deserve to go to America. Yes, sometimes some misfortune then say the blessing. Let's see how it goes.
Well, coach, ever asked in Anopi na Emre Pemuno bibia che adwun so ebesa ba ba chi adwun tre amatiefo.
No sweat.
Thank you very much, coach. Well, coach ya preko ane no avon komo na okay we for some ha coaching so adinedi kakra beto new ewo ha miza me mama kwa ba stiwo say bibia aboko
bibia hye
je nyame so ati mpaebo na Ghana for bono
Ghana for bon pae
say na bibri say utuado onfa adwuma no ntu onko
na bibia na tournament
o say
bibri na o kan
na me da me mpeno from day one day
bibri no
na me make ho to dey me ka ho
yeah okay to seso
mompa na e bonu nyame ati go to dey na me hu
nyame na ati ana mpanifo na afa na asopa
ni nyina account bi
okay
nyame adjemo
the result na no ati okay new bra na e be start mama na ye hweze ye otoni wenti mi chana kakra mama
no kra dey say be bu fi kra say yemba ade no ya koduno bia no e hope say greater change ebeba na coach kasa no na wo kasa we Ghanaians no ya kasa with a lot of emotions but ana me de ba ko so ha say history so ka ho anya emotions nko
okay
anya emotions ni there national team bia wo emotions Capo and now you can be for qualify AFCON the next stage we are no more budget so no
yeah
me AFCON yeah can be for my year the 2 TVC some more qualify kakra we are talking about African level history
yeah
but don't AFCON qualify next stage ba kubia mu shego show celebration but even Madagascar for ba AFCON and we saw what they also enjoyed. They say emotions are high. We are talking about football.
Yeah.
So many coaches are doing, but then football. No be asu no be nyepe. Football ne di hun komo sana.
and run me who say so fast score for why you supposed to be say Argentina, Brazil, I'm say France and Italy. Argentina, Brazil, France na I'm say Germany show baby.
Okay.
I'm say France in count. But only 4 countries. Also more accumulated 73% of countries are World Cup trophy now.
Okay.
World Cup history.
Yeah.
Omo man sa trophy no mo di kofi no. Say 4 countries no. Argentina, Brazil, Germany, Italy. 4 way. Omo accumulated 73%
of the total
winners.
Okay. The cup na won
yeah, 73% was rule. Nipa countries 4 per. I did started in 1930.
Yeah.
4. Accumulated 73%. Yes, all check on Mama Kana 1. Spain, not in the free. No, what D. France 2.
No,
D. 2018 France 98. You know. No, what me and no, what no. I feel when be na saje one ayen kai no. Oh, Uruguay so 2 bi ho no. Couple check I just say yeah can nyina enko
ya kososo abo mu
artist no sa akode enko it is a debut no ho komo say ya emotions ready wo ho but then history defines what we say. Anything in Nigeria for lose no money abre Ghana for lose no money abre because we are talking about 40 years. Now 40 years you know it has gotten to a point to say yeah, yet me that sorry about 2 games, Austria and Germany. Go back home and analyze. Say, what check Austria game no Germany? Germany ye kakra. Inti yeah. There's hope. People were saying it. We were all saying it. Say, what check Austria game no Germany? Germany ye an upgrade on Austria. Inti yeah me no. The biameka se mi say. Opa check kotoko any ali temo mu nyina si so na check ba bia kotoko te hwe any ba bia ali anti anhwe akwa de asore betena Africa so na check blaster na Egypt si so tema blaster so te hwe it's been 40 something years aye fine sanka trophy no do check we age a wo fa oni hu se Ghana je trophy da wo visi ya wo o kasa o my Ghana ni nyina kapo wo bi da
Uva trophy ntwisoro.
You said the demo dia no the demo dia U20 dia no na that's really
Afcon pa de.
It edru say no a ya na yebon pa say decision makers no obehu the trend na eko. Whenever I've heard say ye ka football DNA na me ra ho pa say ye your my Ghana that's ka football DNA. For administrators atena say atwra bre say we have DNA and that we should look out for a coach or his knowledge syncs with that of ye or mine. What is our DNA? Why are we even stuck to the past?
It's an only identity. And me who say Ghana ni the Brazilians of African football. Brazil
for now mu kra ja to afa European so me do mani. What is your identity? Football, its own natural production. Football, it has its own natural production. Apart from academy, for number 30, on 20 players, on football, it has its own natural production. The classical number 10 for no more here. It is a no identity near Betty Pele and the Wunya Betty Pele who move on Kwana Capo. Identity, any Joe Debra Jibad or Pen or the year. But then a Messiah now, you are still stuck to the past. You need Malik Jabber 10 bill. You need Golden Boy Razak with Chow Penny. You need a 10 bill. You need 10 bill couple. Can't we move on? We said, sir, we have an identity, a legend from the winning, so we are stuck there. When was the last time who said, Tiki Taka not the boss, Kidijima Spain? No? Spain for the boss at Tiki Taka. And no more born 1, 2, 3, Fabian Rose GBM, one road unity. Nobody could do Lami Yamaha. 1-on-1 situation, not let me the money to net. They used to keep the ball for about 2 minutes before we drew the final third. Look, Capo, in the last 30 years, Spain has been touted to say football in terms of attacking. Spain, yes, someone born FA attacking, attacking football. Do you know how many goals they produced? 8 goals in 7 games. 8 goals in 7 games. Spain, no.
There's on average a game.
Goals
a goal per game.
World Cup.
But you say Argentina, the rugged. I'm gonna do poor mobile giga. I'm gonna 15 goals.
Dynamics, nice.
What do you have to offer? What can you get from the players in our war? We don't have that many players. Razak no money ho. Kaneno Krano number 8 Krano. Old power, number 8 and number 10. Opache Coach Michael Osemo, General Conformo 10 on a mobono. And then they cry a friend, 8 no, and then a friend 10 no. So couple FNU Jai identity into has a flick on free Spain. And also of Catalonia, he has knowledge and belief in attacking football. But Barca knows that tiki-taka no really be. It doesn't function. And that some probably are attacking football. But oh, yes, science and tiki-taka no midfielders in Ukraine who be born no. Before no one knew the final third and nanko from Kroma Kotina Ponum. And find the ball with her. Yeah, for be about quick football. And I'm going to flick number. And the flick is never a Spanish. On it on school. Rhinos Michel School of Thought, disciples on Hansi Flick in Capo. So Capo, the FA, they really are not helping we Ghanaians. They are not helping we Ghanaians. Look, Otto, nemni se fidie bi asum ne be soninsa. Soninsa. Fidie sum ye e semenyo no movie called Man City. The role na Pep Guardiola de man semenyo. I knew say Oba be expose to ado. Also go kan press conference as say be quite person you be use no.
When me tell in the press conference and comment ni bi ka ho bi pa.
Football dia ma sua kakra ne say.
Eno be so jagu. They no was sick case no cry.
After that game against Austria, said the Jumano, the nice Bakusi Abonting. It is uncommon in the Casana no Carina. It's a coach who looked frustrated. I say, Mobile Pamumo Crown, Munyan and Temna.
Side drum from Casa. Aha. And now, let me join a dream who say, I do a new to coach Bia no yan and penny focus say, a baby be one eso. Yeah. And now Bobby be one or pray. Yes, animal in true. Shall coach you be in a deal? Yen I can any level. You be you a dear or start a rough. Because you have two different groups of people to convince.
Okay.
Supporters, you know. And a place in our dressing room. Upie, I know what I say. Now, the most dangerous part of this discussion is say, you call out young players in the dressing room. You need to convince them.
Yeah.
But they do say they are young players and they don't believe in you. They believe in the senior players.
Okay.
Because you're not showing anything to convince them. So they look out for players in a check. I was addressing one. Jordan a check too. Yeah, they look out for those players. It drew time when I warm up and training. Those players no be di kanyaba obeba be a Jordan thing no better no any di nkomo sanko no mount channel medi because so many start again. You are looking for results. It is Marvin our friend no o many more feel we obedwa wo ni tirim because convince no me na me coach me na me say obaye no na pressure also, so you are looking for results. Yeah. Ono so nyam prove say under pressure he can perform, he can give you what you want.
Because one also make a statement so
yes. Work up. And that statement shouldn't come under pressure for a young player.
We say omo free omo intimi amobi improving omo area from bi.
Me see problem na auto wapa ne say no convince two groups of people. Share the losses in that so no.
We your friend omo so your friend unim red.
Unim the idea we call so. We a disruptive confidence or dressing room. It's all there now catch a player. A day now catch a player couple. Now where be agree no Liberia on facha me me coach in team use sad no but Liberia on kotoko team and has a folk team no Liberia na share to the go says I game no na Fatawu ma assist ma Jonathan connect Jordan koka two no Liberia team no kotoko ye wild me go be 3 goals
ni win near Liberia mo
na so check your opponent na free and free for Uganda na eba no na etisi akesifo no ananya na 10 ne ko soro rather from Nigeria to top no na dane akese nko a ɛhɔ no yɛteto
ntimi nko akese
yɛntumi check fi Nigeria na ɛkɔ no nyina na yɛ akese nko a look me blame auto me blame decision makers no especially in the second coming, you know. This job is a big job. Ghana job is a big job. You need to have a coach who can see the situation or who knows the situation. Capo, do you know say your situation beyond with knowledge of it? Situation be always be your knowledge of it.
No correct.
Enti obi with ease, but obi dwane sa situation.
Obi ani se receive fanasem yeah indeed.
Omu Villas boss a dia na di Matthew the Chelsea beje Champions League, you know. For whatever it took for him to do that job, we don't know.
Yeah, the unu say yaje.
Enti situation bi who be paying wo na wo define my group no. Nobody left for the group alone, forget it. Yeah, group they haven't seen top level football. Your group we Jordan Patesi in China, they haven't seen top level game. Now my catch was a game you want this one. We were fed in a P Benabao no being a no who say
stadium no.
Yes. Your level will be on my coach credit select to catch some will be more let's be accumulator. Your game no need this one. As a group, your group will level bed just send on my boy could do.
Yeah.
And to be a young coach is saying you need to keep few people a group be to sources. Have you Ronaldo? As some of catch Saudi Arabia for boys from Coach Argentina no menu ni ho. But in yes no dressing room Koduna ready ni anka no guys let's go ale no Coach Argentina for no. He Javier Ronaldo had led a group of youngsters from Zambia to success. Yeah. And until now 2022 France for no ho chiro mo no player ben no ko no ho or dressing room e Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
So adwuma no auto wa hu bi or level bay or your group no when you pull your maba and he hasn't shown that.
No, you're proving.
He hasn't shown that. And then make us there are certain people
almost a proven winner.
There are certain coaches who are proven yet minimum come first when success. MS 5 for Ivory Coast. We in the boss we do
yeah, no obesumu.
Obesumu no call yeah.
No potential.
It's a credit to me yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
A credit to me yeah, and how he did it I don't know. I was waiting so to submit me yeah as one of the young coaches because I Ghana Juma yeah can. Sitting here hot seat.
So shit.
What are disappointing including myself. But I had the big last shot at my racket Okreku. Big last yes. How many coaches in offer? Their fellow since coach was up about tono a coin how many coaches and a racket a DF anymore pointing at the highest stake of success. Yanko found 17 Yanko found my football and family parameters. We will talk about the Blasters. Coaches now Odo Mobano. Omoba Liberty squad no ana ebeko achire. Eti coach Sike anya adwuma said ye peno. Say o Kenya a ye adwuma pa. Maybe that actually betima ba ye adwuma Blasters.
Yeah.
Milovan and faster than ye peno. Chris Hilton and faster near Peno. Otto went for the World Cup. We say he needs another shot. And faster near Peno. They say the next person who comes in say a tukwachira. Okay, group ni na boma. Oma obaka so ma fail right.
Yeah.
No mo fail na ye hwan failure. Enye racket na obeko.
Yeah. Well, memo bucket in some also later. Na wa ba be share the FA no contribution for selecting of coaches. Any backfire. Na about said I list you my bain improvement manyane di ankoyi na why hona mami me be 12 minutes na yes we ma me come is ho na me we am a basti vo ho
na metwa me ho akɔ 3p abanti 3p wi a ana gya no mo ba be so akiri e de ama me nti me za abre we be fa be 14 ne fa ye ho adwuma ma me kakra
you see em say the ekoso nyina ne ba bi e free ba no onka nya obi na wonya obi ho na wonka ntia obi na emu me wo se nyina ye de ani to ho na ye ka asem ni si ba bi e wo se sie enye na the first time agana pamukochi and then the first time you go into a situation that we feel say it is bad for the national team and we need to turn things around. You bet me I go back to Tunisia 2005, Brian qualified for African Cup of Nations. The decision we took us at that time to overturn Ghana football, even 2006, you go African Cup of Nations, you know, you free in the group stage, and I walk up, you go surpass performances. Look at how it continued. In appointing Otuado, you see, let's go back a little bit and discuss how everything came about.
Okay.
Mr. Ketokre Kubefa, the GFA presidency, Oba and Akosiapia na coach. Then the decision not to continue with Kosiapia, Ebai, Menokrani Yami 2019. A lot of Ghanaians were saying Kosiapia Nyade. Yenya Kosiapia Kwai. Yenye say, you see, say ya preko kase Ghanaians are emotional. I mean, no ninkumo we know what I say. The entire Ghanaians are sometimes emotional. Kwesiapia nko Kwesiapia nko na Kwesiapia jana kwa imane koi. Then Kurt decided to say, okay, yankofa Sika kono mfane nyede. Embra. The decision to bring in Sika kono was not something that Obekane say a sumasigwa and a sumasi ejuma. Kurt, if you really know him well, Adebako Pepani say Obema young people opportunities to explore. Ope ni enimo anasisi awa be say yeah sound no open ejuma. Which to me that time na Ghana for nyina so di nkomo say as a coach na ye form ni nyina na mo free Ghana hasen because the conversation was Brony cry afebie ye after Kosiapia. Ya yem fa ehuni pamfa ne beye. But you look at the circle of coaches as at that time, Capo. Among force there be maso kunadu untimi ma e ma beye adwuma no. Kosiapia cry the oko. So last started cry as at that time cry he was even out of the picture. Na Sika kono de kotoko akobo Africa aba. One of the campaigns I'm sure say after 2008 and 2006 kotoko abo in terms of the CAF Confederations Cup, many ajebo ne bo pa yes ade no. Na team ne purposeful. Richard Senanu.
Yeah.
Kwame Bonsu Conte, Sonia Yakuba. She Kraus ana ball no epuli omode omoba. The first 20 minutes to 30 minutes. If you tell me say na CK our identity as at that time in Kotoko, I'll tell you yes. You were always expecting Kotoko. Say almost first 30 minutes omo no obo the way they will press you and create chances ne important. I'm not saying as hard as CK akona yenye day. You mount the opportunity. So that's my day. But in no time, CK akona proved to us that he was not ready.
Okay.
Everyone bro no so. Until one of CK tenanchen. CK bet tenanchen dia. Then the talk about Matrema Kwe. Let's go for tried and tested.
Yeah.
And who popoye no mudiri mika no mode kofa Milovan Ravach de ne yede. E bye. Ana nyoma koye buburuja second coming. Eja dem
koye.
Anfa. Ana Milori yede. Ana say there be. Let's continue with what we started with young Ghanaian coaches. Okay, Otuado or Germany. Yene nkase some few games na na say playoff games be ebo kakra no Otuado ne meye dey. Emebo fama ye na moaye. Otuado bebo the two-legged affair. You see, where Ghanaians I feel sometimes are overly emotional. Otuado boss are two-legged affair ni wie ye. President to one president tam phone. I no feel Otuado catch Otuado say Otuado. Person me dey dey.
Me dey maw.
Ghana for bia to the Otuado achi. Obi ebo Otuado abaso.
Say na koye.
Otuado yem fa World Cup.
was Nigeria.
Otuado yɛfa World Cup obia die and yɛ kɔ World Cup. Now even after the World Cup, certain Ghanaians were pushing for Otuado to stay on because after the World Cup, near AFCON bo.
Yeah.
Oh, Ivory Coast. Then Otuado now took the decision, said that he wants to part ways with the Ghana Football Association, the Ghana Black Stars. Not dream on the family, no doubt about that. Sometimes you leave when the applause. I was so boy and 70 miles. I know Jahokoye. But you see, Chris Hughton became a disaster of a topic because it was a measure between a political appointment and what the FA did they want. Let us be honest. Chris Hughton or Kroma say no, government intervention was involved.
Abai who?
Not buying because Abai thought that work of Sika Aba, work of Oto Aba. Okay, yes, the Chris Hughton. Before Chris Hughton became the manager of the coach of the Black Stars, Kwesi Appiah was discussed. Yes, Kwesi Appiah was discussed again. As at that time.
Wow.
But because I say also in the tenure of Mr. Keto Krekuna Kwesi Appiah on tempted to ya Omantimi Anto Asubi. Then right after that, no kasi handsome funny maybe it raises a lot of questions. Kaka. Then okay, who has been closer to the team? And not Chris Hughton, your technical director, the ma Otto. Or no Kwadia. Okay, it makes sense. So the engineer and ministry will also pay okay, Chris Hughton, no farmer. And Chris Hughton, the bed. That was a disaster. Why Ivory Coast? Disaster. Near Bogan be when was the first half na player could dress room but no one can say be do ma pa be changes aye. Disaster. Tournament I say top 3 na be qualify. The beto so third kra no. Ye ntimi ye de ba fie. Iti e ho no asa Aban lusu plot kakra.
Yeah.
Now the FA takes charge again.
Yenkoye die no.
Na FA sa ko fa Otuado. Ket traveled all the way to Germany to speak with Otto because Obilivi said I didn't Otto started here no. Otuaso ebeye me to me whatever decision Ket took between that period of time no any Chrisu to no be shame finfin no me na mente Ghana for ase because obi odi akọ World Cup but Otto na decided say at least ono apeso ye dey ogina nche Kenya sa after the World Cup no one nka osan continue. So authority no
continue.
But the moment how do you be back to a different style, a different approach, a lot of things because Chris Hughton Nankasa so on the ideas are or the year Juma. Then they go and speak to Otto and Otto. And this is the idea of Keto Kreku and the GFA to give young managers chance. I will not wrong them because yan yet na Kroma say kasi a man for opportunities. And penny for that than your mom Juma. But now somebody comes in and decides to say, okay, let me give them a chance. Meaning he's giving them a shot for all of Ghanaians to wait and say, baby, I'm not saying your day. And 2 of them not turning outside in any day.
How much is to me? The young coaches in the what you may see higher.
101.3.
You see, maybe I'm coming no. And Ket supported the GFA supported you, the ESCO supported you. It got to a time when we did not qualify for the AFCON.
Yeah.
But they made a vivid point to say you are playing the World Cup qualification. What if you say yes someone Nippon no baba no one team fine your day and qualify? Would only team no save yourself and save your job by qualifying us for what? The World Cup. I know yes, Hedjumano. It's a GDNS have back. GDN back in FA president okay on more pitfalls. It would be near some from more technical members in bed day. And count said the bear would do me dear wood in a bed day. Near the technical team will count or to my support. Nobody can convince me that the FA never supported local coaches or coaches or mere young Cassia.
Or the OPB,
I mean, get mobile and more appointed like Kingston as under 17 coach. So, as a model, look at how closer he has gotten to the team. Stephen Appiah, look at how close, and our Black Stars day. Only part of the management committee.
Yeah.
You see, look, he's giving every single person that has played a part in Ghanaian football an opportunity. But just maybe these are coaches oka say be no omonya right for the moment memenim wo be ya adwen say no. Initially the idea was right, but I think the testing was the wrong time.
Okay.
Obia mistake. The FA and one or two blunders in terms of the coaches they've appointed.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is about getting it right. Who becomes next? Otto. And commodity in a course. Austria game ni na Otto unofficially said you man on to asu biem. It's no better now an okase odi fufu de nsa na edi. Odi more the fork na edi. The odi bian onim whatever has happened. It is I say in some no kind of kura no. Hwede o kan say strikers no mo ko busa Pep Guardiola kwan. You see, look at certain statements we are not making them. I said the results doesn't reflect the. Hey, Otto. So the FA was also frustrated with the way I'm sitting here in Yoma and translating the performances into the Casanova press conference or Bekana. Also, I said the communication no problem kakra. But the ministry stepped into this particular matter because 2014 I didn't see under this particular government. Work up no money anyo. Ehon na sule muntayo ko bo obi asum no. Ehon na this cafe play ko Brazil. So they don't want to leave a dent
to that
on their image. So this is the time to restore the trust of Ghanaians. Capo, aban we ba so nya ne born nso o. Ade ba ko mo ya ade wo ho pa ne say ade a public ne kase e pe no. O man ne pe no e no be ade aye dey. O man ne nyina se import wado. Minister Tam ne bag no say Germany so. Whatever that will happen between the $500,000 they will pay.
Yes, we'll meet you.
And assist more fundraising for World Cup on Gua. Omutimu kakra de komana 30 million. Omutimu So the ministry have come back again, stepped into the matters, and believe that this is something that we need to save our public image from it. Okay. So this is a broad discussion about what the ministry have played their part. Anyhow, what the GFA has also played their part. But in a nutshell, everyone makes a mistake. Even the club you support. Team one accredit me appointed coaches bear 6 and 7. It's in bear 1 year, 2 years. Still now supporting team. Oh, that's so. What catch us here, Sakio Nano?
Zomareska.
You see him here, Sakio Nano. Oh, no crowd, you done a crash, Nippon crowd actually. But so sometimes, that one, nobody, you see. I've not said nobody should criticize. Capo, Pia, me am a tear crown, Otto, no, the appointment in the crowd questions over it. Sure. Including Sika, Corner and Chris shooting. But me issue here say, what is the way forward? And I think say, ba a BMOA, maybe discuss it, and your ma course behind the scenes, and what the way forward will be in this particular regard. The Bimusina was uncoyen in 10, Capo. You see, taking decisions is not a sin. And your bonnet, it's Quania so like a man day.
No.
And now this is not chair. Whether it has chair, it has come. Abba.
Well, my memory, I'm got 3P. Memory to us. Memory 3P. Me in a quick na my bastivo na fi masaba musona ya to us. So there are 3P. Elha I be dim komo. Clifford Chebo for say the point isn't necessary about being young or old, but is about whether or not the coach ticks all the boxes. Did Otuado tick all the boxes before being hired for the second time? The answer is big no.
Also, somehow you see, the appointment of coaches is done by just the FA will suggest. Yeah. But who pays them?
The ministry.
What am I say? It is a appointment list no more they are told no more criteria now. Okay, pay coach A. Coach A, you have any deal coach A, $100,000. Ministry already so be Ministry back at okay, there be. Your mama limit. Don't appoint any coach and see $50,000.
The criteria.
It is almost so let's not push it on people. Because what I say, GFA no you the blast and na man is on her so.
Young comrade, 3 people na ebe me adro num na yenya ho de yakoma nyo uzi yakoma ne bo oto ado ama too much is we. Ya no ma duro and I'm say boy wenye bi dada nti ese ya bu pemi manu why na yenko nti chechemu 3P no ebetima boy oto de ya ama yakoma boy pressure
Mate, me da se ma me chete for ni ahwefo nyina na pay na me koso akai we say eye 3p garlic mixture e free pure natural health garlic crogen ne dia ye do ni yemfa nkenja yemfa so bi amfremu enu ntimo ahode ni gina na so eye ntinim akomam na moja mu adwuma o hwe me wutie me wo yade bi wo ntinim akoma ne moja ni mu a edura me kanfo dia ma osebeboa eye 3p garlic mixture e boa na boost immune system ne dia ma na chese ekuti anyarewa enu ntintina ho nyare ansa no apedre echi kwan o yare o nyare o utimi num bi na boa ama wapomoden no SCP esita na ye stroke yade yade bonia ekuni papa ansana no mama fa doctor number ne ma o hwe me wutie me wo yade bi pese wankasa ofre no na wo ne twetwe nkomo che no dia wa ye krado ofre ne sisi a obeje so the number is
0248 92 88 24 0248 92 88
senia da me ba ya na me kase muje di afusane wo nipaduam na yade amfaso kese ewo so pa wakoye nipa yi ese abreni abrenyi na wunti ne wo no be ahodo na moja no efem no emuti meda ho na moja di afusane ko nipadua na kwa babia ehia moja bia wadwene eda wutim no ehia moja na de adijuma se moja entimi ani afusane yi ankoko na emframa ni nwane no bi adwene hia net media dijuma no adwene nya enu nti adwene di kan jojoa na aka nipadua na kwa no prekope ho na wo fanyina ewu yeti wa wont na se stroke yade no na ato okwan mu na ni nyina mu no edu ni ye ba kope na mekanfo ede ama stage bia wo de no adru bia afi na frase ana wo no de wato dem kra no 3p garlic mixture du pay bi Urentine no be ahodo ni nyifine nkeka wa bia emfrimo said de be ya moja ne betimi ede afusane said de se adekodi apoti etimi ko fa sa stroke yade bapa yade etimi ko fa bapa eye se wo pressure yade se ne ya na pressure ne ye ka no ni nyina ye moja intimi se emu asisi anwa aduan denom no asisi ntinim ni nti e ma moja ni afusane e kotwe pressure yade didi mu abonsa na akwa stroke yade no ede aba edro no eye 3p garlic mixture pebito na no na emua enyisa oha no emfi wo so o wasi hwe yade ompani enhwe eno so timi didi mu a na akwa sa yade kodie wowei ede abra na sekese moroso na aba nipadua ne so se wanhwe no anya ho adwuma yi a eno so didi mu etimi kotwe stroke yade no ede ba esansesa de ne do so wo nipadua ne mu a emua emma moja eni afisa ne se de se eno ti abribia na de yade ahodo aba betina wo nipadua ne so se ne medi kan ye no ensaden nom ne fon wontini twontwom wontini emantini mu mie na moja etimi ade afisa ne afem afe enyini timi kofa sa yade ede ba ye nyina nim se wo nyini a wompomu yemre nipadua ne timi twetwe yade ahodo pide bre wo no ankasa na ho eno ti yade bi enyini timi kotwe bre wo ya meka ho asemi eba uso a wo ye panyini na wadane abofra esansa wonti ase ekra kwa akiri asem kakra bi na ye kanka ni ani he ya na wosa woti ase obetwe ni twan saa afe kasa kra nso ho ya woden wano no a eso asem nimu emu ye wudu enu nti wontime nka asem na kra yi wansha na wonante so kra asan ye sta obi won mo etimi chim na no ontime enanti esansa ne fanyina ewu enu to obetwe ne nan asesa ya de bone entna ho ema ne na ne so asem etimi woni so ye wisibisi wo hwade afi wunhu ne papa anase wo no de ni subidie na aba so na moja no a entimi ni afusane ye no de ni subidie aba so tititi ye ne so abore ni paduanim wadru eye 3p garlic mixture edo na ono no mu ebeboa eyi sa wo hawo no ede afri wo na ye tu fu se wo na se wo dware na sensu shedi kan fagu na ase ansa no ato se mo frase de gu na ase na adwene ti ase sa de we na ebo na timi age no ofel so e de ama yare wa hodo pi nim ebo ye fichi kromu ya de free wo so be me bebo prostate no by e de ama asma nte hye wa ya de ni nyina etu ase de yan ne so bobora pharmacy shop mo ko on ma shade bi nsuma me edro no ewo toam ehwehwa ebo garlic ya da ho ye kokko na ne ti ne ye kokko bia ye bia obekọ no hwese niema mabobo so we edro ne ho sa okoni e fedu fufro de ma se eye garlic mixture san yade abodi na mesrew ensom enye no a wa adwen ye wontanta wa bibiduro no abrofo duro bi ada so nti wo ye dan anum we aka ho e ma ne hawo to eduro ni kofie wonum wi a 15 minutes eduro bi a wo bi anom ka ho enko for hawo emre wa pomoden enye na oman pharmaceutical shops any herbal shops na borre bie mu a utimi enya edupei ebi me dia mesro fa doctor number ni bie we friend sisia na ene ne twetwe nkomo cheche yade ni mu e kire no emfere na wan don yade no a ya no edu waye krado edu intimi nsan yade na wan hyew se no mu oye doctor panyini obeche okwan a wo de efa so ne number ni bie 0248
92 88
24 0248 92 88 P garlic mixture Capo medemano esi
ati yada se 3p awon fe no nyame adoma okay very much 3p garlic mixture ya draw Ghana dear mze onyanti e drink na wapebi akoma no se de bobia no besi abo eyi e de mastivo e o ha ye betos na mum coach otwado $500,000 severance package sika se de jano kwa no ana maboso e de amano ti we de enche otobenya money aguni botumpa modu na stivo
yeah
what's the idea? Yabuano $500,000.
Yabuano a yafem, a Juma fem ni as Abuan sika fem, uncle.
So, is your mama deceiving what you do?
I am why you do.
Utu 500,000 Utu Zunu just go how that man to Zunu Japan. Sibu?
Yeah. Utu ko
yeah.
A lot of conversations. Maybe must say late.
Yeah.
If you must say, Eden necessary, it drew answer. If you must say he wasn't the right way. But whichever way it is, a decision had to be made. And then, Abba, Momoka said, why do you wait till this point? Ivory Coast for the Omo coach called AFCON.
Yeah.
It was during the tournament, and Omo Masaki coach,
Yeah.
So in football and in life, at every point in time when any man koya, you need to take a bold decision. And Ebini to say will be the one qualify for World Cup now Ujano Kwano from hindsight. A bold, very bold decision. And our take. But was he the right person considering the game's results are new in the Atusi? If you are interested, we'll wait to do to World Cup.
Sir.
Yes. It is a woo in a dear. He deserved the sacking.
The more from.
But near Otto Ayer in two things in the chair said he doesn't look to me Obia or person taking coaching seriously. I feel he wants to live a very quiet, calm, private life behind the scenes. AAB back as a main man handling the affairs of a team, you know, he doesn't look to me that person, because Nanka first stint, you know, and then now, no, he should have learned a lot how to deal with these boys and how to improve the job now. Yeah. But now somehow can't say my style of play, which is an identity of a club or a coach, you know, or say he adapts to opposition, you know. And Okra confirm me Niamey say he doesn't look to me will be opposite or the front runner and also be lead a team. But so we need identity, we need a style. The closest we've come in terms of your quest for a trophy, you know, was in 2010 and then in 2015.
Yeah.
Now, two coaches in the style we buy in 2010 after the AFCON in 2008, you know, in a series of injuries to our key players, you know, in the year transition from under 24 and the break down. Okay, occupy baby. So a clever coach then that we had was Milo. Me adia me pe wo coach who said me situation means with the problem about now out of nothing.
What
make it be difficult for opposition. You saw that the strength of the team about defending deep. Now you transit it as quickly as possible. And how many key to that? As a pivot. At some point in dinner. No, what the Ajimambedu have a can. Omoji born and no matter the outlet of Kujasamwa.
Yeah.
At the end of our pinpoint passes are very accurate. And into the number 10 for here no. Into your here and say not because a defining game. Yeah. So Kujasamwa be finding the right pace of Asamoah. Yeah. When him say baby ojina, this is the sort of pace this should be the weight of the pass.
Yeah.
And then you acquire at the AFCON in 2010. You back close. You share the giant Egypt. It took the I think the 75th or so minute, which means that we were almost there and we were just sniffing for that one passer. Which didn't happen. A tournament I share a lot of goals. Opposition and shadow do an NTI. Into Ghana strengthening, yes, your goes to overcome the opponent. But the share Diana, that will be it. Unfortunately, in that final, Egypt moment share 1-9 years.
Because that every do no for one goal project.
Yes.
You share near silly at all.
Yes. You adapt your system to the strength of the team. Now you analyze the squad at Ghana Kutai. Say there may issues with a central defensive pair. Your problem at right back. And left back still many convinced. I think also Mama Patrick Esidu a chance at the national team in terms of the explosive attacking runs defensively may share 2 games, Sana my say Mama Patrick Esidu a chance. But as a coach say we need style of play there, then we are going nowhere. I say Munko the me abono into me surprise say and when I make about Jordan anyhow or who do you want to born in the game yesterday some and the in the first game now a boy in this game a boy against Germany he was a bit disciplined in terms of positioning, how to release, when to release the pass. But for Jordan Wanyesa a high on so many occasions. So moving forward, say a petit me beti me di akoji bibi near fine number 9. Na say emfa Jordan nyina hodia, which means Jordan sports no. It leaves a lot of discussion. Why? Because tactically onye discipline with the ball in terms of transition. It is so to me yes my your strength as your potential strength because omun utilize it intimate as a strength.
Sure.
Yes. And then they say you a lot of youngsters omun speedsters. As omun join the attack no bit much and Niama Kamadin Suleiman the end product into financial conversation but me can in terms of profile no pace or hobby Fatao Shako or hobby into say you way mu nyina dia na football no say most of the goals no a travel and free wins and eba mo yes and then we need somebody who can act like the Kodwa Samoa in the 2010
what to 2 passes no
yes always too much time on the ball. That is how I see our team because the deficiency right now no the connectors and then the central defensive player. And no, I wasn't impressed with Ajite.
Ajite or problem on the defending hope.
The ball now, boy, and say player be a unya exposure bia over biada in 2 games, you know, but Otoado there deserve the sacking, and I feel so my at the right time. Now, when I also take you over a dorsal. But as Ghanaians, am I in to critics that much? Because sometimes the height of Ghana coaching appointment, baby, I could do a was pa a appointee a Champions League losing
coach. And I say finalist in Avram Grant. A DMBM debate might go beyond that. Then we need somebody based on the analogy of the trajectory of coaches that we appointed before now. No? Yeah. Avram Grant or the call final. Avram Grant the call final near lose on penalty. Na Milo the call final near lose to Egypt. Then see a Obia manager there, Obia or bro Avram Grant
any Miloso.
Omuni here. But we are getting be fair, Jumana. Sometimes I brought be a fractional experience no more.
From back up.
Yes. Then let's settle on our own. Inti sikana our own budget na there be person ya ankasa so. It's a way to empower our local breed of coaches. Inti that 100% support of the YM.
Okay.
Now omo in and around Blasters in majority are Ghanaians. The video analysis will be no Ghanaian, which is a plus. It's something that we need to laud you for. Then we go to the ability of the individuals. And then your man nanko mo ankasa betimi aye I improve adwuma no. Se na be a smooth transition. But omo as our own entimi ambo mo. Now it leaves this position in a dilemma. Can they trust their own again, or they should go
for another?
Maybe expatriate. Imagine say baby a yeduri. You hear coach for now almost short period of time, and they can easily identify coaches be or her. That is almost weapon. Few minutes or few months, they spot each individual's quality. Then one minute BBA, a bit mama. The quality, no potential, and a threat, no about to bear a group. No. That is the sort of coach in here. And my rain fee, Yabobo nipa be breeding. Coaches nibi wa omo physical instructor and as a physical trainers. Into the team who are ding endurance level you can't beat in it. Yeah, team be coach be wa obeti me as sambo players, but on your trophy winning manager. So what yes.
Team no.
Yes. Obetima shisha na kama was a ball no more bono. Yes, I can coach we ba no bobo. But in your pen on to me for my
they say a day.
Yepe will be a or the winning swagger the by your team.
Okay, because you perceive a GBB.
Because they say already the distance between Ghana, Senegal, Morocco. I to say free hair ko hamlet. Pa into Newton matches now the two so be saying ye be at to be a Shadrach betting the atoso. Now you were in the category of Ghana being able to fight with the top 20 teams in the world.
Yeah.
And yet to buy you call 50. I feel ni first 54 name more. And yet to buy ya call 100 column. And our Comoros. Madagascar na a difficult Angola. Into ye lose your strength, no. I have drew from. Say that from Afeni build it up.
See
into the distance between Yen and the Senegal and other nations, no matching you. Yeah, Ghana. Pedigree no ho, history no ho. But the reality is that we need to buckle up. And kakra, near humble in our approach. See, arrogant to say. Yeah, Ghana, and for that matter, we might be missing another step to our recovery.
Training section, no.
Training, the one with that swag, short-term fix for.
No may.
Could do baby because we can't afford. Say, walk up win so I fiasco. We need to go far out this competition because you are the talents, just as. Any other nation will be,
no.
But getting them to work, that has been a problem of the Blasters. Otto deserved to go. The timing, I supported the timing. For the past, or qualify, there were people trumpeting. If why should we also run commentaries on that? At every point in time, as a management, as a leader, you need to take decision, be about with backlash. But of funding in our boom, and then why you be a
now feel say at that point in time that is what would benefit the nation. Also there and will leave a mark for us to trust our own.
Okay.
In subsequent appointments, one sure that Ghanaian will have to struggle
before they get
we get we qualify for the World Cup, although
by
but the sort of football any senior pay that is not the Ghana we know. Made them support whoever came on board as the Blasters coach or Ghana in I support because Ebima building hotels. Our Ghanaians are working there. Ebima estate they are renting the rooms to
a buoyed economy.
Yes, I support that. But Omo Ankasa,
more chance so yes. Well, Mizabra.
Now the decision is going to be about who becomes said the next Vulcan, who becomes
the next coach.
See, there are three things I expect the next coach to look at. First one should have to deal with the kind of players are on your mobile ejuma. Maybe I'm about so with the kind of players are on your mobile ejuma in here. Black Stars team when the Black Stars of 2006, 2008, 2010, that period to 2015.
Yeah.
Inti wadaroma u team anopaya tawasuniti ni say the current Black Stars quality and the quality in between 2006 to 2015 and to
difference room.
I had to say you didn't come about errors of football. Wow, utifi so support A B team A and team B. For example, Kotoko and Hasa. Utimi come back ko catch say those days near Charles Taylor. Those days near Dombote. Those days near Emmanuel Sekufo. Ne die Sadri na wona no fa Sadri na fa bra Black Star no. Na first yemfa honem building fam bedurusro.
Okay.
Leicester City Jordan Ayew team now obono omori busa won say Jordan Ayew na the best player or Leicester City ana there be or captain Jonah Ajete ko Wolfsburg wabo game
mehuso abo game sa Abobi
onye starter
okay
what I say
Abobi o man checking the stats
o the ending komo nenko Gideon Mensah or Auxerre, is he the best player in Auxerre? Maybe one of the longest serving players in Auxerre, but best player in context. Busanhuye, Derek Cohn, baby, our born on the best player now. At the mention
yeah.
Obabe Jiku free, mainstream of Sparta, Moscow. Omokram some season or more break Bikakra. But Jiku always proved to us. But we say Jiku level on it is saying. Yenin komonenko.
Yeah.
Salisu na Monaco bo consistently. In and out. Enye prane the buyer ka Salisu yede. A bonti fast Tarix to Salisu dim. Right back. Ya try right backs bear 4. Tariq Lamptey. It may be Brighton and Hove be on Krano nye be more. Okay, Professor Denis
Odoy.
You didn't call half combine, no. Denis Odoy way.
You know, so you be more.
And when I saw Ali Dusedu,
yeah,
Ali Dusedu bought the French league. But Busan is he one of the best players in their club? Capo, what did they mention?
Sure.
It's a mere push you to say Calibrian chain, nay. O con a club moi, o permit for the Somunim bois, or can be. But yet another heading. Abe Butu. Oko Villareal. Partey the third choice midfielder behind Papi Gueye. Papi Gueye ne starting Senegal.
Later.
Ana Danny Parero. Danny Parero we nye Danny Parero ano all formal.
Yeah.
Where Danny Parero all tiba.
Okay.
What did I mention as no? Where Danny Parero all tiba.
All tiba form. Enya Danny Parero no all form I knew no.
Partey ne toso third. Ni abaye nim. Ni aba share Sibo. Valladolid no olusu the position o.
Yeah.
Nya Valladolid area of Yedo.
Yeah.
Olusu the position. Na nsia na Sibo asa regain.
Yeah.
On the best player wana. Capo.
Debbie.
Fatai Shaku, one of the best players for Leicester City, faster extremely.
Okay.
Semenyo, one of the best players for Manchester City, faster extreme. Kamadin Sulemana, and then Atlanta, my body was saying.
Maybe more.
Free bench never.
On 30.
Kudus. Tottenham. Key player. We pra one of our star to. So, in a matter of some few minutes, players are more moving to do a crucial part of the blast, including our goalkeeper.
Atizigi.
Any Benjamin Asari. Now you compare it to where they are playing and the quality they offer. Then what you want to say, Hononado, who are it coach be our baby who the kind of players or Duma. On Tiasi, the kind of.
Okay.
When you're level now, then you play according to their strength. So when I'm one to my word, Dimitri, young monks, you think.
Dear one
award, they said about bringing the best out of wine. Obia. They told me, sir, discipline within the dressing room and authority. Capo, we can't afford to bring a coach that will come and mess up the dressing room again. I did back one able to Abaso and say for some time now, how many times no one take captains in a dressing room issues? Oh. Even if it is happening, how many times? What am I say? So these things are very key. But my member extra one and count say he will be able to identify talents that will complement the team onto the net in the wide and give Obi opportunity. You deserve to also about Black Star and be an profiling of players. Monfanembra. Number one. Now, in commodity any communal. And then Matatia Sembi be a very likely Sequoia meeting.
Okay.
With Impenifobi. They've sounded him out as interim. Nothing confirms on a interim. But almost sounding it out because in prim almost see a share squad never honor a be more inexperienced. Any day we are going to about Black Star players be fan in Sebi. A bedroom top. They be a say the late Christian Achu.
Yeah.
Because this is the Bianca.
Yeah.
No, I will be to say Majid Waris. No, I should be to say Mohammed Kudus. Obe Kaya. Say Ghana from Refia. Yakubo South Africa match. Ghana for na Kudus no 19 years or so Yakuda.
Kaipa.
Because you see the big da. Me the Kudus. And then you na FA Kudus star boy.
It will be project. It will be project. And also kwesi wedding komo.
Kwesi wedding komo. On na mu.
Okay, ti obeti me aba.
Walid Ragagu did, but Walid Ragagu
is what if you was what
if issue in Saudi Arabia. A person Mosaki Heavy Renard.
No more do Walid call.
No more do Walid call.
Yes, Heavy Renard.
Heavy Renard is so better.
It was not top coach. Was it?
Issue Lucy ministry, they all have to be involved.
Yeah.
Because if you want top class, you need to pay.
You will not
we
will get top.
Okay. But picture better.
Also, Kaiser choose my Kaiser for Bazom.
Now national team.
Okay. Picture was money. Okay. Now, but Mukwana.
Why? I think in contention, Fatu Trim say Tom Safian. Mali. Fatu Trim Dinway. Tom Safian. Piso Mosimani. Heavy Renard. Walid Rogragi. Kwesi 5 way.
You be 1. Mate, mani umra china iba to aso minim se 4 no de. De Walid no de ke you.
Oh, by this money fair no ka say ka continuity but.
Oh, David, masa. First. Yam pesa ka run bia umra.
Capo, only say there's a consider the demands I gonna for you dey to utiri so. Whoever over the fact the why ne ubetumi we all need an upliftment be our dressing room. Energy ni ho cry, energy ni ho. And I heard game in a course so who say there's no way coming out of this mess. Just say I need a tenacity to keep decision be say. Right now, maybe a few questions be as maybe sir. from this point Kosi World Cup maybe Benjamin Asare Atizigi, one other goalkeeper be bet me up. Yeah. I don't know, but Benjamin Asho so bet me we're ready for the tournament. Yeah. But here them person me ja any stone unturned. The beer to me see. So Asare Atizigi then any other goalkeeper be bet me I ready piano because talking about defense so say no why they didn't be partner
Jiku.
Na Jiku crap performance say. Jiku performance number 4.
Oh Jiku ayi nim na de in fact on tese Jiku a
boys na ono mo boni na ya hoho wa chire ho ni ntine na bia ne di old name yasum. We are not really analyzing the performance so much into detail. Kai ya start cry fire no. Jiku body so ate kra make us ba form but so ate we need a partner. Na Otto ne love for South free back in Tino na ondwene partner de beka Jiku.
Okay.
Midfield ho no. Se ya ne beko no until you beko World Cup ne dia. Ibrahim Sulemana.
Okay.
Ibrahim Sulemana we have opportunity e wo fifi no bi. Maybe I don't know. Mediama. Salim Adams.
Yeah, Salim.
On a show. At this point in the Sibo local boys no to me wants to some go. Capo.
We need a tough manager to do that.
I don't American. Salim would directly a he needs a manager because Salim you man away and mama yes man. When your own mama be wow then I will buffer no yes adwuma no
one I will
obi fra broche ba beto ha also so betia ko go and do your bit. You need a coach who bet me a ginger such a player because Salim baby odu no dey na so ebi o Capo and I be beautiful for her. But they be the Champions League they say perform your there that's fine. But say the local league no enye ndru no sa. And in the final third at DBC and the Otowado yenya changes. The next coach of Ebano. This is what show my
okay.
Jordan Ayu, Semenyo, Inaki, Thomas Brenner Santi, the Mamma Fan Kakra.
Yeah.
But me say my boy, Sepe say the best out of your team. I just say Boba.
Sepe say best.
Just say
you one.
Yes, me and Sam Abob Diachon. Inaki, Semenyo Jordan. You who the obey. Say you who the obey. Means and was asked to boy no.
Me in a free.
Omo nyiri film said ye ntia asem etie but obehano ombe distract no. Say so on Jordan asate ko.
Yeah. Inaki so
at some point there will be a decision say bench omo mienu ba ko ye nya go abeba ye be ya kora free ball no.
Ono so na wa honden obitima.
Near the one of me and San American Saba game no na besa say bia. Jordan Inaki Semenyo Capo me and San ntimi bombo. But the sound one. It's a coach who is very good. And the Bible says as we say. One penny bet me abo. And that one no maybe say first when you're there and a captain no be free Jordan on the field na make am.
Yeah.
Because Capo Obomi and Sunny Bob crowd any was some cry na about two so there unya results are pay. No who say Jordan in your born and call Semenyo ho. Na Semenyo ho so I call Jordan ho. And so for na kibe kan we na kini ntimi nya de omu yenu ntimi de born ye no.
Ina kinu kura begina omom pass my naki now
so na kika tu ho ya no ho bossing Hazard ne baba Raman o Chelsea no
omom pass bo no
on fu twere project no na no asade quiet skills asafa me say Jordan ne Semenyo o hwe tu na
opa
Jordan no nko look ade ye o set time no ko ade nya do to wado ye me ya ne say your chances ni nyina no the shortest chance I creative for your strikers no about 45-meter distance. Your pass on deep wa jikwa ready you see. You need Austria Prince Edu Kwamena against you say. You project so should be a
1v3.
Should be a pejanu to be the pejane kotono. The distance between the passer and the receiver.
Well, be 5 players crowd.
So no kwanso yes or they call be bully no. E kwanso.
To be bre.
There be a chance in creating from deep. Say deep in your money. But your body could honor as a say good finisher.
Some jam
with time wa castle to Jan. Now
Peter Bono.
I mean our jury at the end.
Yeah.
And I did you to Jan US
yeah.
Because Jan no one physical ne de
bulky
pressure do come na physical no ndru jam de no
eno na ya de ha no
so and a finish no so major etoto no o star no e ma chance no
slim mate yem fence chai ba
to anya de se ka hu kra
oto na de okay suanu ya ma bebre
so mo fa coach are very good in fanimra
okay
I'll bet you get the best out of your boys because few months in Capo
okay we ask you na me adoma chance so ya ba to aso we go oto die was it munyin free so na bi anye kama menini we wie dada ntimo mesre mo menini na wie kra je zenka ofa chiri okoye ne nyoma back
Ozzy and Chelsea ni honi mame zo sala fest no ho sa camera ne dam so so mame che serious mo na koso pa koso a me adoma ye di ra April mo na e be wie say e ko na e ko hye ho de ho na o se ba bia u free ye hira oja kwa na de
of course e so do so
Hippic Park o Fiasi Zongo ho na games ne koso camera ne dam so no de ye nyegu mu na hye say ye hye mu nyina
what we ask you no ti still new review ha mo fakapwe na yento aso ho astonish nso mem AK pop Easter live band na me adoma mo begina mpa ye baba Easter area wa on the 4th and the 5th AK pop obodanso heavy mo nim mem ne dia afumi obodanso heavy mo ma bonum ho nyanyum keto akra bodanso hwa match the dom nyina be show ho enya asem